Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome for today's continuing discussion on the nectar of holy name. We are at the chapter 16, the last chapter on Nama Bhajan, and we are in part 3. Today is part 3. Today is 4th February 2026, Wednesday. So we're going to continue our discussion. So before we start, let's do our invocation prayer. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manopistam Stapidam Yena Bhutali Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swaparantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uttaparakam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagarjadam Shahagana Raghunathan Vidam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savaduta Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vidam Cha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvashesha Shunyavadi Pasachiristharine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Shri Varshavanavi Devidaitai Kripabdaya Krishna Sambandha Viknana Daine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryo Jala Premadya Sri Rupanuga Bhakti Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namastute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtai Dinatarine Rupanuga Viruda Pasidanta Dvantahariне Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtai Vipralambra Sambode Padam Pujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gauravir Bhava Bhume Stam Nidasa Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarva Bhauma Sri Jagannatayate Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavinibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Om Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratasya Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavadaram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanustude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripa Tamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Hari Om Tat Sat Namo Om Shripada Krishna Pustaputali Shrimade Jayapataka Swami Tinamini Namacharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Padayani Gaura All right. Okay, Hare Krishna. So I'm so excited to see all of you today. So today we're going to continue. Oh, I don't know. We're going to continue our discussion. It's going to be very interesting discussion today. So I hope you all have marked your book. Oh my God. Krishna, my book has torn. Okay. All right. So let's start our discussion today. Today, is it okay we should a little longer time, if it's okay with all of you? Today is Wednesday. Because tomorrow I think I need to cancel the class because plumber coming to my house, there's a leakage. So he's coming tomorrow morning. So tomorrow class, I think I need to cancel. So we take a bit longer time today. All right. So now let's look at this. So now Bhakti Vinod Thakur is giving a lot of evidence from Chandogya Upanishad, Mundaka Upanishad, like that. He gave a lot of reference that that says that the spiritual kingdom as displayed by the spiritual light is an ideal to the base earth. All right. and it's not least tinge of baseness. Okay. Okay. So now the another interesting part is the 14 mundane world are only perverted reflection of that sphere. So now the thing that we are living here is all basically a shadow of the spiritual world. So things are basically upside down. Why it's upside down? We will study that when we go to the 10 Canto Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, 10 Canto Srimad Bhagavatam, when we look at this, some of the Leela of Krishna, Parakya Leela. So in that Leela, we will understand, is it morally, ethically good or bad? Sometimes people will be saying, this is nonsense and all this. So all that we will study in when we go to the 10 Canto, most likely next year. Okay, then, okay, let's start. Listening to the advice of Narada. Okay. What is Narada? Yesterday I have explained about Narada Muni and Dvaipayana Rishi, Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva will be like what they call in anxiety after compiling the four Vedas and giving to the four of his disciples, then make a summary of that four Vedas, Brahma Sutra, and yet something is not right. He felt something is missing. There's a missing link. Then his spiritual master Narada Muni came and advised him that to give a commentary on the actual dharma of the soul. Okay, Jaiva Dharma. Then that's when the Bhagavatam is spoken. So now we are continuing here, listening to the advice of Narada, while Dvaipayana Rishi of Vyasadeva was completely absorbed in the single and natural deep meditation of the soul. He fully and clearly saw the name, form, attributes, and pastimes of the Supreme Person. Okay. After listening to the advice, so what Vyasadeva will do, he will go into deep meditation. So in the deep meditation of the soul, means go into Paramatma, and after that he fully saw clearly the name, form, attributes, and pastimes of the Supreme Person. At the same time, he also saw Maya, the shadow of Parashakti. Okay, Parashakti means the spiritual energy. Okay, there's some there's a message here. Oh, Hare Krishna. Okay. So he also saw Maya, or the shadow of Parasakti, as having no shelter other than the absolute truth. Okay, he saw the Maya also having no other shelter than the absolute truth. That means, in other words, even the Maya, which is illusion, the shadow is still have the shelter of the absolute truth. Okay, and understood the anarthas of the jivas. He also understood the anarthas of jiva. What is anartha? Okay, anarthas. What does it mean? Anartha means all the negative part of this jiva, anarthas. Okay. What is anarthas? Example, lust, anger, frustration, happiness, all these kind of material attribute thinking and pattern, the behavioral pattern. Okay, it's called anarthas. Okay, he understood the anarthas of jivas. Okay, and who is jiva? The atomic chit tattva. Atomic means minute spiritual being. Okay, understood the anarthas of jiva who are engrossed. That means he's truly into and fascinated and enslaved by Maya. He saw that how the jivas anarthas, at the same time, they are very engrossed and fascinated and became slave by Maya. Example, in this material world, which is only the shadow, but it's blazing and it's very attractive. It's very attractive. That so many people are so much into this material enjoyment. Okay. Then after further realizing, and after that he realized that such jiva can come to perceive their own personal form. They also can come to their own personal form, even though they are enslaved by Maya. Okay. Enslaved by Maya, because they are engrossed and fascinated by this illusion. Sometimes the children, okay, like example, when we go to the theater, cinema, we sit in our cinema for 2 hours, 3 hours, we become engrossed and get fascinated. We basically will enter into the movie. Once the movie off, when they on the light, you feel like, like as though that you awaken from a dream. Okay, you feel like as though that you awaken from a very deep what they call a sleep. Okay, like that we are engrossed and fascinated At the same time, we became slave by Maya. And after that, he also realized that these jiva also can come to perceive their own personal form. Right? They also can achieve their own personal highest form. Even though they are enslaved, but they also have the potential of realizing their real self. But it is possible if absorbed in profoundly meditative bhakti yoga. So it is possible if absorbed, that means fully into and profound, that deeply into meditative, that means paying 100% attention to bhakti yoga. Okay. So when the thing is go into the bhakti yoga, even they have possible for them to achieve that. So he compiled the Srimad Bhagavatam. Therefore, he compiled the. Why these things coming like this? All right. So he compiled his Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay. And what is Srimad Bhagavatam? Srimad Bhagavatam is which describe the spiritual pastime of Bhagavan. Okay. So how the Srimad Bhagavatam going to work? First canto, the do's and don'ts. So it is not a suggestion. When you look at other things, they said, well, you must follow the 4 regulatory principle. You must do this, do that. If you do that, you get these. Don'ts. You follow the. You must make sure that you follow the 4 regulatory principle. Okay. Sorry. Don't means make sure you don't have the aparats, and all these are a kind of suggestion. But Srimad Bhagavatam, after Vyasadeva went into a deep meditation, after that he realized he still haven't spoke about the real truth of the Vedas. So when he came to that, after being chastised by Narada Muni, he came out and he start with the second verse of Canto 1, Chapter 1. Dharma projita kaitavatra. Dharma projita kaitava. Throw away all unwanted religious process. And he said it right to the dot, without any compromise. No compromise. You throw away all these things. In that Shivadam, that means in that pure mind, you take up the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is called the Mahamuni. Mahamuni, Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Kritte, Kim Vat Para Ishvara, Sadhya Hirdaya Avaruddhyata, Trakriti Vishushrushvi Tatshanat. So like that. So you take all this Bhagavatam, which is going to be the shining in that darkness of Kali Yuga. All right. So here in Srimad Bhagavatam, what we understand here is describe the spiritual pastime of Bhagavan. So it starts from all the 10, the first avatar, from Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narasingha, all that is the first explanation. Then after that, the conclusion of that explanation, Vyasadeva says, but still, you must understand, Iti Chamsa Kalapumsa, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Even though all this plenary portion or the portion of the plenary, all this incarnation is there, but Bhagavan Sri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. Then after that, it starts then from the continuation of that Srimad Bhagavatam, Mahabharatam, where after the war, everybody will be lamenting, and Yudhishthira will perform Rajasuya Yagya. Then after that, then he leaves to Dwaraka, Krishna leaves to Dwaraka, and then Kunti Devi will come and share her lamentation. Oh Krishna, give me more and more pain and suffering. That's how you can be here with us. I can always remember you that. Then after that, the pastime of Bhishma, before he leaves the body, before he dies, he gives advice. Okay, before that advice, then after that, Kunti Devi will be telling. Then after that, he leaves to Dwaraka, and he enters Dwaraka, how he get welcome. All these things, all like that. All right. Then second canto, we go more deeper. The third canto onwards, we start from universe. First, the universe, how the universe is created, how Brahma was created, how the creation of happened. All right, we study about Jambu Dvipa. Then because it looks like a Jambu. Jambu means what? Guava. Okay, the place looks like guava and surrounded by all the thing. And there's a calculation on a Vedic astronomy. Then after that, you'll go further and explain. Then after that, you'll be telling about one incarnation, starting from Matsya, how the big ocean thing came, and Markandeya Rishi. Then after that, slowly, step by step, then we go to one avatar. Okay, in this avatar, what Krishna did, that avatar, what Krishna did. Like that, in the first 9 cantos, we will study all the incarnation, all the pastimes of Bhagavan in varieties of form. After studying that, we come to the 10th canto. In 10th canto is the only canto that speak about the absolute form of the God, Krishna. So comparatively, other place we see that Krishna, all the other avatar will come to kill the demon and to re-establish the dharma. That's the idea. All right. Paritranam sadhuna. Okay, that means they said to re-establish the dharma, to kill the miscreant and to re-establish the dharma, I incarnate millennium after millennium. So like that, we study all that. After we see he's always with a weapon, with all this, with his associate, like all these things we study. And also they are pure devotees like Dhruva Maharaj, Praglat Maharaj, all these things we study. Then we come to the 10th canto. Now you see the original form of Krishna. No weapon, only flute and being very mischievous. As a child, he's a very mischievous. And as a boy, okay. We also study, right? Kaumara, then what? Pautra, like that, huh? Pautrada. So like all that pastimes. Okay. Then after that, we come to the 11th canto. Uddhava will be speaking to Krishna. Krishna will be giving instruction. It's a very straightforward instruction about his pastimes. Then after that, the 12th canto is a description of Kali Yuga. If you miss the boat, how terrible your life is going to look like. So that is some or other the pastimes of Bhagavan in Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, we will study that next month. So the forgetfulness of his own eternal form and the form of Krishna is the foremost anarthas of the jiva. Can you see that? Please underline the statement. The forgetfulness of his own form, that means to forget that our own eternal form and also the form of Krishna is the, among the anarthas, that's a topmost anartha. To forget all this. Okay. Whereas arises is variation. Whereas whence, okay, all these are possible. It happens whence arises is aversion to Krishna. So that means when we are showing our back to Krishna, when we are not interested in Krishna, we turn away from Krishna, that's when all these anarthas started. Okay. And as a result of which is revolved in the wheel of Maya. So what is the result of this? He resolved in the wheel of Maya. This is the wheel. All right. So now we take a top birth. We take a human birth. Then after that we come down. We take all abominable birth and all these. Then we come back. Then we take a human birth again, or we become a demigod again. Like that, we are still going around, until we make a big mess of our life. Our life will become mess, and the web, if you see all the line, now you don't know where the line starts because the lines are so near until it looks like a form. So it became an entanglement. So we became entangled in the wheel of Maya. So now as a result of which he is revolved by the wheel of Maya and he's on the path of karma, activity. Thus, the world is full of weal and woes. Woes, how you pronounce it? Woes. The world is full of weal and woes. Right? So it's full of suffering and lamentation. WOES means lamentation, woe. Okay. How you pronounce that, Prabhu? Vaishnava Prabhu? You WOES, woes, right? Woes.
Yeah, bro. Wheels and woes, ups and downs.
Yeah, woes. How you pronounce?
Woes, Prabhu.
Woes, okay.
Yeah.
Wheel and woes, ups and down. Cycle
good times and bad times.
Yes. Woes, it means it's a bad time, right?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. So there's the world. Sorry?
Wheels is good times.
Wheel is good time. Okay. So there's the world of full of good and bad. Okay. So they always keep rotating here. So when jivas take shelter under bhakti, now what happened? When the individual, a jiva, takes shelter under bhakti, how? After discarding the basely turned endeavors of the mundane wise reasoning of the eightfold yoga process, of the karma margis, okay, follow of the karma fruitivated, and of the argument of the Sankhya school of the Jnana Margi, seeker of the dry wisdom, which vainly try to refute things that are not God or his concern, but then only are the pure rays of spiritual intuition and kindle in them, being the naturally absorbed in divine contemplation. Wow. Vaishnava Prabhu. Prabhu,
Yeah, Babu.
when you see the way that Bhakti Vinod Thakur wrote, he looked like as though he wrote what they call the verdict. You know, sometimes the magistrate have to write a verdict.
Yeah, exactly, Babu.
Exactly right.
Going round and coming back.
Yeah. No, he gives the word where that you cannot contest.
Yeah, Babu.
Because the judges are trained to write verdicts, so that they cannot be contested. So it
Yeah.
looked like exactly like the law verdict. Wow. Anyway, of course, here Bhakti Vinod Thakur is a magistrate. All right, now let's look at the word one by one. See what he meant. So now, all these anarthas arises from the aversion of Krishna, when we turn away from Krishna. And the result is revolve with the wheel of Maya. That means you go around. And where? In the path of karma. So therefore, the world is full of weal and woes. So that means good and bad. But when the jiva takes shelter under bhakti, if he takes the shelter under bhakti, when after discarding means what? After removing, throwing away, I discard my cloth. So that means I throw my cloth. Like the snake discard the skin, it throws the skin away and take a new skin. So like that. After discarding of what? Sorry, discarding basely turn endeavors. All right. Basely turn endeavor means what? Base. All right. Base means what they call a basis. That means a very mundane or very low. Okay. A very base level. You know, when you talk about base level, intermediate and advanced. So what he's saying, after discarding the basely turn endeavor. So basely turn endeavor means the endeavor which is so basic, which is not worth it. Basely turn endeavor. Of what? Of mundane wise reasoning. So mundane wise reasoning means, that means reasoning of this mundane intelligence. So that means we have to work hard, we have to study, educate your children. Like, you know, sometimes, you know, that the Indians are saying, Tamil Palli, Engel, Mukkiyama, something like that. Oh, we must give vernacular education, put them in Chinese school, Tamil school. So we need to uphold our identity, you know, then we have to survive, then we have to work hard. In Malaysia, we don't have opportunity. We have to work our back, you know, we have to work hard for it. So these kind of all these are mundane wise reasoning. Mundane wise reasoning. Example, when Prabhupada first time met his spiritual master, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, the first thing, he also had that mundane wise reasoning. He said, I will join you after India is liberated. What is the point when we are practicing all this kind of religious Bhakti Yoga practice, when the country is still under the grip of British? And the same thing happened when Subhash Chandra Bose came to approach Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He said, you got too many young men with you. All the brahmacharis. Don't waste them. Give them to me. I want to liberate India. So these are called mundane wise reasoning. So that means when the jiva takes shelter under the bhakti, when after throwing away this basic endeavor or the basic mentality or the mundane intelligence, all right? So here he says basely turn endeavors of the mundane wise reasoning of eightfold process of yoga. What is eightfold process of yoga? Ashtanga yoga. Ashtanga yoga is an eightfold process of yoga. Because in eightfold thing of karma margi. Karma margi means what? Follower of karma and fruitive act. They work everything for reason. So what the karma margi will do? They'll meditate. In the morning, they do the Surya Namaskar. You know, if you have practiced that, They say if you want to achieve success in life, when the sun rises in the morning, you should be sitting and doing this, what they call Surya Namaskar, and offer some fruit, offer some water. When the sun rises, after you perform the Surya Namaskar, it's a kind of prayer. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. You do some stretching exercise. After that, you just take the water and offer. That means when the sun rises, they offer the water. It's very, very auspicious thing. Also recommended for what they call for this, what they call grahastas, married men. But all these are under karma margi. All these are for karma and fruitive act. So discard this thing. Then second thing he said, the mundane wise reasoning is what? The argument of Sankhya school. Sankhya means is a science. All right, but it is atheistic science of Jnana and Jnana Margi. Or these are the people who are called the dry wisdom. So these people are always try to have reasoning according to the science. Like yesterday, I was having a discussion with my business partners. The guy was telling, do you know soon India going to be out of Asia, will be out of this thing. I was asking, what do you mean by that? The India going to be like get separated. I thought India going to break. That means like Tamil Nadu one country, Kerala one country, Andhra one country. Is that what you mean? No. What he meant, then after that he said, but we won't be alive to see that. I said, what are you talking? I don't understand. He said, according to the research, maybe soon in the future, 10, 20,000 years, there'll be a big devastating flood. In that flood, all the continent going to break away. Or in other words, the continent India going to float away. Can you see that? How mundane. These are the scientific, the scientists got nothing else to do. That's why the scientists cannot give you a specific, this thing, they always call it theory. The theory of gravity, the theory of Darwin. All these are still under theory. Because you know why? It can be refuted. In the future, it can be corrected and perfected. So they cannot come to any conclusive decision. So they have to say, oh, the big flood is going to come, the country is going to break into pieces, you're going to get float away. Can you imagine all these kind of mundane things? So these are the Sankhya school. So these are the people who are the dry wisdom, the seeker. Oh, I believe in science, not God. Because I can see. But they don't understand how people can have feeling. Why the scientists cannot do that research? Why the scientists cannot do the research? Why people got different mentality and feeling? Even in a family, even your own offspring. I got 4 children, and all my 4 children have their 4 belief system. They only have a tinge of mine and my wife. But they have their own belief system. They have their own character. They have their own thought process. But why they cannot do that? But they are wasting time looking at all this nature, how the sun rises, and how the tree flourish, all this kind of dry wisdom. All right? So these are the things. So this dry wisdom, the Sankhya school, what Bhakti Vinod Thakur is saying, vainly try to refute. Vainly means what? Vainly is wasting time. Or Tamil vetti vela. Vetti dhanama. Vainly try to refute, try to make a point or to get it. To remove. Refute means to remove. That they are not God or his concern. So all these signs got nothing to do with God or nothing to do with his influence. Then after that they also argue, then only are the pure rays of spiritual intuition. Okay. So they are not God or his concern. Then only are the pure rays of spiritual intuition. So there's a kind of spiritual, that means it's a kind of light, spiritual in this thing. And what happened? Enkindle. So when you start to kindle it in them by being naturally absorbed in divine contemplation. So this is the thing. So they are all what they call in this kind of things. Okay, now I want to ask you, how many of you have you heard about this Devaram song? Anyone? Can you put a thumbs up? Were exposed to Devaram before? Who's there? Who's thumbs up? Oh, Saraswati. Okay. Right. So there's one song, right, Mataji? கற்பனை கடந்த சோதி கருணையே உருவமாகி. கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கீங்களா? Saras Mataji, have you heard about it? Maybe you can send a message. கற்பனை கடந்த சோதி கருணையே உருவமாகி. Anyone of you heard the song or not? Thumbs up if you did. It's one of the Devaram song. Oh, none of you heard about it, huh? Okay. கற்பனை கடந்த சோதி. கற்பனை கடந்த. You churn your imagination. Then karunai, the mercy will manifest. So this is the thing. கற்பனை கடந்த சோதி கருணையே உருவமாகி. All right. So this is the thing. So that means by churning the spiritual intuition enkindled in them and being naturally absorbed in divine contemplation. That's how they naturally entered into the divine contemplation. Oh, this is by Vallalar. Oh, okay. That one I'm not sure. I'm not sure, Mataji, about that. Because I remember during my young time, we were put into that song. And this is the only song I can remember. Karpanai kadanda sodi karunaye urvamagi. Yo, sometimes I feel like that's why I became a Hare Krishna devotee. Because here the practice is so nice. Sing, bang the mridanga, hit the mridanga and bang the cymbal. So nice. Anyway, so okay. So that means naturally absorb and divine contemplation. Now, okay, so far, do you understand what I said? Do you understand the explanation I give? Anyone? You want us again? Everybody got it, eh? You can put a thumbs up. None of you?
Krishna Prabhu, நான் இப்பதான் வந்தேன் பிரபு.
நீங்க இப்பதான் வந்தீங்களா? சரி. Rajendran Prabhu?
Prabhu, by rekindling and turning the institution, they go back to completing divine. That's the meaning. That's the meaning, sir.
The enkindle in them being naturally absorbed. So enkindle means, that means the intuition. So what the scientists say, it's everything. There's nothing to do or not God or his constant. There's no God and it's nothing his interference. It is the divine light. The pure rays means the divine light, the Brahma Jyoti. All right. And the thing is enkindle. So, and by the what they call, by the preparation of that Brahma Jyoti, everything became what they call naturally absorbed and divine content. That means we are contemplating in divine, but the thing is, after all this is possible, after the Brahma Jyoti produces all this kind of manifestation.
So that means with the help of the Brahma Jyoti, all this going through.
No, he's refuting. Bhakti Vinod Thakur saying all this nonsense.
Oh, right.
Yes, so he's telling all these are nonsense, like Sankhya philosophy, dry wisdom, and this eightfold yoga system. All these are nonsense. So he giving an example why the Sankhya philosopher says there's a light, and from the enkindling, by the churning of the light, everything start manifest, just like a Big Bang theory. Have you heard about Big Bang theory?
Yes, Prabhu.
Everything explode, all the earth, everything start to set in the place. So that is nonsense theory. That's all by the Sankhya philosophy. You got it?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Anyone else? Everyone understand? Put a thumbs up if you understand 1%, then I can continue. Okay. All right. Good. Okay. Then we continue. Okay. By nature. Okay. Now let's look at the next statement. The next statement is like this. Because why I need to go slow? Because this is a very classical English. It's a beautiful classical. Okay. Now, let's look at the next statement. First, he said the Sankhya philosophy and the Ashtanga Yoga, Karma Margi and Jnana Margi are useless. Then what is the next one? Then he says, the worldly pleasure. After going through these kind of things, the worldly pleasure, all the happiness you find in this world, prick them like a piercing thorn. So that means all the worldly pleasure that we are having, good time, good life, all will become like a thorn and start to attack, prick us. What does that mean? Example, we work so hard, bring up our children. We work day and night, bring up the children. And end of the day, the children turn back and says, you get out. Or just say, you're a useless man, useless woman, useless old man. So when we hear the children saying this like a backfiring, we become very upset. So it's now Bhakti Vinod Thakur is saying, the worldly pleasure, all the happiness that you find in the world, it's just like a thorn. But this thorn will prick you. Okay, then prick them like a piercing thorn. And Krishna Prema is awakened in the heart. So then what happened? When the worldly pleasure then prick them like a piercing thorn, when the worldly pleasure start to backfire you, that's when you start to be awakened. That's when you start to look for the truth. And that's when the Krishna Prema is awakened in the heart. Sometimes we need to have a root shock. You know, sometimes when people are just like coma or what, you cannot say hello or faint. Hello, are you okay? Are you okay? We don't do that. We hold them and shake them. Or sometimes when people become traumatized, when they hear the and they become like jam. When they hear some bad news, like that. Hey, come on. Are you okay? Come, give them one tie slap. Yeah. Where am I? Where am I? Oh, really? Like that. So root shock, they call a root shock. We need root shock. We need a sudden shock. Okay, the root shock, what will happen? This is the thing that sometimes is awaken us. Hey, come on. Is it worth the life that you have lived? You have lived your life 30, 40 years in vain. Is it worth it? No. Then what is your next step? Where are you heading? Then we start to look for absolute truth. And that's when the Krishna Prema is awakened in the heart. Then after that, Bhakti Vinod Thakur is continuing. By these means, I mean the mean of root shock, only can they be blessed by the grace of Krishna, the spiritual son. So sometimes the trauma that happened in our life, that somehow or other will make us very happy. Because like even in my Namahat center also, the few girls are coming, they had a terrible traumatic life. Even I got a people who have thought of suicidal, but second thought, talk to me first. And today they are fantastic devotees. You know, so sometimes when the pain and all these kind of things happen, if a person is intelligent, they will look for the truth. All right. So it's sometimes very important. So now this divine grace is the only means for washing away all stain from the mind and for progressing forward towards the ever-shining land of Krishna. Wow, look at the word. What does that mean? So by these means, the root shock, that's when they can be blessed by the grace of Krishna, who is the spiritual sun. It is not the light that kindles, the real globe, spiritual sign. So this divine grace, this spiritual mercy is the only means, is the only way for what? To wash away, to wash all stain. Stain means another. In Tamil, we call kare. Stain, that means sometimes there's a stain in the shirt. Or say in my chadar, there's a stain. I cannot simply put to the washing machine. The stain will never go away. So what I will do, I need to put a soap and I take a brush and I need to brush it, scrub. And sometimes I need to take it and hit on the floor. Piang, piang, piang. Then wash. Piang, whack, wash, whack, wash, whack, wash. And that's when all the stain is out. So we have been whacked nicely in all that 8.4 million species of life. And we have been whacked hard. We have been terribly beaten up, scrubbed, kicked, stabbed, pressed, and soaked. That's when the stain will go. So that is the reason for the hellish suffering. Why there's a hell there? The hell there, they say, oh, just to punish the individual. Yes, that's one way of punishing. But the second reason for that is to purify. All the sins are purified. Either a person goes to hell and suffer there, or they have to go on taking abominable birth and suffer for eternity. Right? Eternity. Sometimes when you see, when a person goes through so much of pain, they go through so much of pain, especially like some patient, they are going through so much of pain, they beg the doctor, please give me the lethal injection and kill me. I can't take it anymore. They will beg for death. Please kill me. Please kill me. Or sometimes when we see in the World War, during the wartime, when the person is terribly injured, all right, the comrade, the one who got saved, don't save me. I can't tolerate the pain anymore. Shoot me now. Please kill me. Shoot me. Just kill me. That means they start to beg for death. People beg for money, beg for all this. But when the pain is so terrible, they will beg for death. So like that. So it's better to go through the hellish situation. Then after that, start all over again in all the birth. So then after that, they go through, after they get cleansed of all their reaction, all the sins, then they'll go born as a pig, born as a snake, as a dog or whatever. Then they go through that suffering one by, because once the person goes into the animal kingdom, there's no hellish suffering for them. So they go through that, there's transaction, they come back to the human form. Then based on all the cleansing and washing and all these things, and if they are fortunate, they will take up this thing again. If not, they go to hell, clean, and go back to this thing. They go to the washing machine. But here, in this world, washing machine is the hellish place. So like that. So the divine is the only means for washing away the stain, all the stain, the dirt. Where? From the mind. What does that mean? In every birth that we take, we have taken with us all a little experience. We have got too many experience. Sometimes the experience manifest. That's why sometimes when a new people come out with a new idea, the old people cannot take it. You know, they will say, don't reinvent the wheel. Don't reinvent the wheel. Okay, it's already done. You don't try to come and reinvent the wheel. That's a problem with the elderly people. That is why they created the retirement plan. After 30 years of service, go away. We don't need here anymore. We can say, hey, the people got a lot of wisdom. They should stay. No. Because when they stay, they cannot bring in, they won't agree to the new technology. You understand? So like that. So that means every time we have take with us some kind of belief system. So all the stains are basically in the mind. Okay. So washing away the stain from the mind. Then for progressing forward. Then you start progress towards where? Ever shining land of Krishna. So that means we are planning for the land of Krishna. Ever shining. All right. It's a place of Krishna or Goloka Vrindavan. I hope everyone follows me. Again, let me tell you, here is very high class English. And I'm trying to present it as simple as we can. If you don't get it, stop me and ask question. Okay, we do it again. Now, a sincere faith in pure devotion. What is that? A sincere faith. Sincere faith in pure devotion is the root cause of this unlabored restraint of the sense together with the mind. And confinement of the soul in a deep contemplation on Godhead. Okay, what does that mean? Now, the sincere faith in pure devotion, not ordinary devotion, but pure devotion. But to come to the pure devotion, we have to take a lot of effort, my dear Prabhus and mothers. It takes a lot of effort. Chanting 16 rounds? No, not enough. Let me tell you the truth. 16 rounds is only a basic step to convince you. Chanting is good. Chanting feel good. Chanting is exciting. 16 is not enough. Like sometimes, like the day, I think Saras Mataji was telling, I'm trying to chant few rounds attentively. That's not enough. Even inattentive chanting also very purifying. We studied that. Namabas. You have to do Namabas before you come to the Suddhanam. When we try to chant few rounds, but thinking we are chanting attentively, it's also not a good idea. You rather do it randomly. Somehow or other your tongue becomes what they call tuned to it. You just go on chanting, whether attention or non-attention doesn't matter. The vibration of the tongue. That's why sometimes when we complete our 16 rounds, next day when we want to chant, we feel the tongue become numb. நாக்கு மறுத்து போன மாதிரி இருக்கும். Yes or not? Any one of you? Can you support? Yeah, sure, Mataji. Any one of you? Can you support this statement? After you chant today, next day when you start chanting, you feel your tongue becomes numb. Any one of you have experienced Charalakshmi Mataji? Purna Rupini, Saki Mataji? Sudha Sindhu Mataji?
No,
Do you
Prabhu.
feel like that?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Yes, I have experienced, Prabhu.
Yes. Every time when you chant new time, புதுசா ஆரம்பிக்கும் போது இன்னும் நாக்கு வந்து மறுத்து போன மாதிரி இருக்கும். Yes or not?
Yeah, that is one time, and then I try maximum rounds, Prabhu. Then that time I also experienced, Prabhu.
What I'm saying, Prabhu, say like for instance, say like today morning you finish your 16 rounds, yes?
Yes.
All right. Now, next day, tomorrow when you start 16 round, you first chant the first round, you feel your tongue become numb. மறுத்து போன மாதிரி இருக்கும்.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Yes. So, that's the thing. The tongue will become, sometimes when you chant the mantra, Nama Om Vishnu, okay, Nama Om Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prishtaya, Bhutale, Srimadi, Jaya Pataka. We chant the Guru mantra. We have to chant at least few times to get the tongue. That means it's just like warming up. The body need to warm up. That's why if you can chant more rounds, your tongue will become very versatile. Your tongue will become very, what do you call that? You know, when the way the gymnastic do, what they call the body become what? Like a plastic, like a elastic. What is the term they call, Prabhu? Medical term?
Pliable.
The body. Huh?
Pliable.
Flyable?
It becomes
No.
easy to bend and all that, Prabhu.
What do you call that?
Stretching, Prabhu.
Pliable.
Not stretching, not flyable, Prabhu. There's another word.
Like you can make it into any form. If you have a elastic thing, you can make it into any form you like.
No, what I'm saying is, if you're a gymnast, what is the attribute of gymnastic? You know, when they do gymnastic, when they can bend the body, you know, what do you call that?
More flexibility.
Flexible, yes, flexible. Its body will become very flexible. You know, when we jog and everything, we want to make our body not to have the tension in the joint and become more flexible and more healthy. Similarly, if you go on chanting even in Namabhas, even you're not chanting attentively, one thing you achieve the flexibility in your tongue. That's why before we go to bed, the best thing is simply vibrate your tongue. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. You just make your tongue to chant every time. Before you go to bed. Okay, good night. You go to bed, close your eyes, but you don't need to say out loud, just in your mouth. You know, just like make your tongue like that. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Then you go to bed. Then the next day when you wake up, when you're going to start your chanting, your new day chanting, you feel the first mantra itself, your tongue is very flexible. So the flexibility of the tongue. You know, if your tongue is very flexible, my dear Prabhus and mothers, I mean, this is something out of the topic, but I have heard from certain acharyas, not ordinary, but acharyas. They can finish 64 rounds in 4 hours. That means they can chant 16 rounds in 45 minutes to 1 hour. How is that possible? Even Bhakti Bharat Bhagavata Maharaj also did say that. Which is the most hardest to chant, 16 or 64? Everybody said 64. No. 16 is the hardest to chant. Because after you finish your 16, your tongue will become very flexible and you can just simply vibrate to 64. So that's very important. So it's very important that we should chant. So we should chant always, again and again and again. Okay? So like 16 rounds is actually not enough. Because that's only a minimum. So, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. You say, when you go on saying and saying and saying and saying, your tongue will become very vibrant. All right? So, certain Acharya, I heard they're saying, you know, like even Gaur Kishore Das Babaji. Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, I remember reading somewhere, he said, your first 64 rounds from 2 a.m. to 2 to 6. 2 a.m. to 6 a.m., you do your first 16. Then you do your Mangalarti, your morning ablution and everything done. The second round from 10 to 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. Yes, 10 to 2. Then you take your lunch, take a short nap. The third round in the evening, say like 4 to 8. So the recommendation of chanting 192 rounds or 3 times 64. Then I was thinking, how is that possible? Then I start to see the timing. Oh, he's talking about 4 hours early in the morning, wee hours, 4 hours during the day, and 4 hours during the afternoon to evening. 64, 64, 64. Okay, how to chant the 3 lakhs, 300,000 names. So that's one of the way, right? But of course, it is we cannot what do you call it? Because we are all busy with our life and everything. Is not possible. So that's why Prabhupada gave a standard 16 rounds. But he said minimum. But if you say minimum, don't try to stay in minimum. Just imagine your children come and say, I got a D. Why? You know, Dad, D is a minimum passing mark. I just passed. Can we agree to that? No, you must go for A. You must go for excellence. He said, no, you want me to pass? I already passed. D is a pass. Those days, D is a fail. C is a pass. But now D is a pass. After D below is gagal, F, fail. I got a D, D. Can we, my son passed the exam. Then people ask why. He got a D for physics, D for chemistry, D for biology. Oh, and you're so happy? He passed. Can we do that? No, we can't do that. That's a minimum standard. Minimum. So the minimum standard is 16 rounds. So we should not be very contemplate or we can be very contented into that minimum standard. We always try to go up. At least go for a C. All right? Maybe 16. If you're very used to do 16, and all these possible, not ask you to do start from today. Make your tongue flexible. Once your tongue becomes really flexible, you can never stop it. If you are doing 16, try to do extra 6, 22 or 24 rounds. You do 16 for what? 2 weeks, 14 days. Then after that, try to do 24 rounds for the next 14 days. So, if I fall 16, my standard, but still 24. Then after 24 become habit. Then you try to increase to 32 for the next 14 days. Because 24 is not an effort for you already because you're so used to 24. You can easily do it. So add extra bit and maintain it until it become a habit. So like that, okay? Anyway, so that's the thing, a sincere faith in pure devotion. These can be the root cause. Because you know why I'm saying you? Unlabored restraint of the senses together. What does that mean? Unlabored restraint. Unlabored restraint. That means restraining means controlling the senses. Unlabored restraints of the senses, all right? All right. So that means we are talking about when we want to control the senses, how the yogi control? He will sit in the place and he start to meditate very hard. Not to think about anything. Very hard meditate. So much of labor to control the senses. But here, the pure devotion is the root cause for unlabored. That means without effort, without hard work to restrain or to control the senses. Together. And that also along with the mind. Because what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, the mind is hard. What Arjuna will be telling, oh dear Krishna, I can even stop the wind from blowing, but I can't stop my mind from thinking. Looks like I can even stop everything, but the mind I cannot control. It's very powerful. Who's telling? Arjuna. Is that powerful? It takes so much of effort. But here he says, the pure devotion is the essence to control the mind and the senses together without hard labor, without easily. All right? So that means the pure is the root cause of unlabored restraint of the sense together with the mind and confinement of the soul. Confinement means what? Confinement, put it in one place. All right? Example, Okay, I give you a very crazy example. See, sometimes when there's a ghost, okay, when there's someone possessed by ghost, so what happened? The bomo will come. What they call bomo in English? What flamen? Flamboyant? No.
Ghostbuster.
Yeah,
Chairman.
Ghostbuster. Yeah, that's a normal word. The real word is what? Bomo. What they call
Chairman.
bomo? Huh?
Chairman.
Shaman, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Say the Ghostbuster, the shaman will come, will hold the person, he will do some tantric, he will take the hair in the middle of the head, he'll just pluck out and put inside the bottle and close it. So the ghost stuck in the bottle, and of course they put something and throw into the ocean. So that is called confinement. Take the ghost and put into the bottle and close it, confine it and throw it away. And also say a person is sent to the prison. They call confinement center. That means to put them in one place. Or say the mother after delivery a child is a confinement period. Confinement, that means they cannot come out. Okay. And of course, the modern term we call it as confinement also cannot, it's more than isolation. It's like quarantine. Yes, quarantine.
Yes, solitary confinement.
Huh?
Solitary confinement.
Yeah. So that means it's like what's the word I used just now? Quarantine. You know, like when the people get when they start to have that what is it? COVID, they all confine into the confinement center. So like that. So unlabored sense together with the mind, then confinement of the soul. That means take the soul and confine it. Don't let it roam. Confine it. In what? In a deep contemplation on Godhead. What is a deep contemplation means? Deep contemplation means deep meditation. Contemplation யோசிக்கிறது, சிந்திக்கிறது. ஆழமான சிந்தனை. So it's a deep contemplation of the Godhead. That means isolate him, confine, and go into the deep meditation. You all following me? So then, when the happy moment come, Dvapayana Rishi became doubtful about these rules and methods of Karma Kanda and Vain Jnana Kanda. What does that mean? I love the way Bhakti Vinod Thakur writes. Amazing. I really love the way he writes. When the happy moment comes, means what? When the enlightenment arises, when the person become enlightened, தெளிவு அடைஞ்சிட்டாரு. So Dvapayana Rishi means Veda Vyasa. When the thing happened, you know what he thought? He started to doubt. சந்தேகம் வந்துருச்சு. About what? About the rules and method of Karma Kanda and Jnana Kanda. He started to doubt this process of karma and jnana. And how Bhakti Vinod Thakur is putting vain jnana kanda. Vain useless jnana kanda. So jnana kanda means acquiring knowledge, dry speculation, all this. So he says, I start to doubt about the method of karma kanda. Then also the method of jnana kanda, which is totally wasted process. Vain. I mean, tender child. Okay. In reply to the question to his spiritual preceptor. Okay. Now, so far so good. Okay. Anybody got any question? Did you all get it? Saki Mataji and Shashwata Prabhu? Are you following me? ஏதாச்சும் கேள்வி இருக்கா? Okay. All right. Thumbs up. Okay, great. Okay, I hope everyone is following me. Braja Prema? Channel Lakshmi Mataji? Nagarajan Prabhu? Purna Rupani Mataji, all all right, great. Okay, great. Mangala Rupani Mataji. Okay, great. Yes, I saw someone unmute. Who unmuted just now? Come on. I saw someone unmute just now. Oh, Nagarajan Prabhu, yes.
Thank you, Prabhu. We can understand very well.
Okay, Prabhu. Prabhu, you are English teacher, right?
No, I was the teacher training college was doing educational studies.
What study?
Educational studies like psychology, physiology,
Okay.
pedagogy.
So what do you
How,
teach?
so those are subjects every teacher have to follow in every college.
No, what do you teach as a teacher? நீங்க என்ன பாடம் கத்து கொடுத்தீங்க? What were you teaching what?
So that's why it comes under educational studies.
Oh,
So,
educate. Okay. Understand. Now
so
when you look at this
psychology,
statement,
pedagogy, education in Malaysia, and counseling.
Yes, okay. Now when you look at the way this the essay by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, do you feel like in your 40s, 50s, 1950s, 1960s, the English was like this, right? Yes. But
Prabhu, here, see, whatever explanation is given is out of experience.
yes, correct.
So that is why it is very deep, and we got
That's
to
why out of his realization. So that means
that's right.
realize the truth. He after his realization is compiling, he's writing his essay.
Yes, Prabhu.
1900s is already a very old person.
True.
Bhaktivinoda Thakur left the world in which year? Can anyone tell me? In 1905, is it? Anyone?
In 1914.
Huh?
1914.
1940? No. Cannot be 40.
1838 September.
1914.
1914.
1914. So when he wrote this, 1838, he was born in 1838. All right. 1838. He born in 1838 minus 1900. He wrote this when he was 62-year-old. After he retired from his magistrate duty. After the deep studies and deep contemplation. Okay. That's why it's fantastic realization. Okay. Now it's 10:17. Shall we take a short break? And by the way, is it okay we can overshoot the time, say, but until 11:30? Is it okay with all of you? So think about it, then we continue after. Okay, let's continue. All right. So now I changed the color to blue. Okay. All right. So methods of okay. Now, in reply to the question of his spiritual preceptor, Sri Narada Goswami, he said, in reply to the questions of his spiritual preceptor, replying to the question of his spiritual preceptor, Sri Narada Goswami. All right. So what does that mean? To reply to the question of his spiritual preceptor, Narada Goswami, he said, that means who's saying? Vyasadeva is saying, "Oh Lord, no doubt I have realized all this truth you advised." Okay. Narada Muni, Vyasadeva is telling Narada Muni, there's no doubt I have realized all the truth you have advised. Still my soul, I know not why. That means I don't know why, finds no contentment. Because when Narada Muni was asking, why have you not talked about the important stuff? He said, yes, what you say is correct. There's no doubt. I realize all the truth you advise. According to what you have advised, I realize the truth. But still my soul, I don't know why, I find no contentment. I don't find any kind of inspiration. Finds no contentment. Oh, son of Brahma. Son of Brahma is who? Narada Muni is son of Brahma. Okay. So Narada Muni is what they call? Addressed as son of Brahma. Then he says, be kind to tell me. Be kind to tell me means what? So kindly tell me that, okay, be kind to tell me the unimaginable. Okay, please tell me the unimaginable. That means I cannot contend. I cannot think about it. It is beyond. I find no contentment, no inspiration. So please tell me the unimaginable and indescribable secret. The secret that cannot be described. that lurks behind it. What does that mean? So please tell me the unimaginable and indescribable secret that hidden behind the truth, behind the Vedas. What is that unimaginable and undescribable secret that lurks behind? That means it stays behind the secret. Then Vyasadeva continued. He said, I beg you for this. Please, I beg you. Being greatly troubled at heart. That means he's greatly troubled, means he's in great anxiety. So that means we understand, after compiling the Vedas and summarizing the Vedas in Brahma Sutra, he is having a great trouble in his heart. Something is bothering him. And he don't know where. He realized, but he can't contact, he can't find it. So he's begging his spiritual master, please tell me the unimaginable, the thing that cannot be imagined, that cannot be described, the secret, the supreme secret that hidden behind this. Then after that he said, I beg you, please, my spiritual master, Gurudeva, please. Because I'm being greatly troubled at heart. I'm so much in anxiety. After the question, then Narada Muni starts. He said, the Narada Muni Goswami replied. He replied, O Vyasa, you have not striven to give as vivid a picture of the pure spiritual pastime of Bhagavan. So what does that mean? So Narada Muni is telling, you know why you are suffering? Because you have not striven, all right? That means you have not worked hard enough. They call strive. That means working hard. You have not striven. You have not worked hard enough to give as vivid a picture. Vivid means what? Clear. Because you have not worked hard enough to give a clear picture of the pure spiritual pastimes of Bhagavan. You have not given a clear picture of what you're supposed to do. As you have in the Vedanta Sutra and Mahabharata of the four main objects of human pursuit. Okay, so that means he says that you have not worked hard enough to give a clear picture of what you're supposed to do. You have not, okay, you have as what you have done in Vedanta Sutra. Okay, in the Vedanta Sutra and also Mahabharata, you have already given a very clear picture. What clear picture have you given? Okay, let me say it again. Okay, I hope you all are following me. I'm not confusing anyone. Again, let me say again. The Narada Goswami said, Vyasadeva, you have not worked hard to give a clear picture, vivid picture of the pure spiritual pastime of Bhagavan. You have not done that. But you have given a clear picture in Vedanta Sutra. You have given a clear picture of Mahabharata. Okay? But you have not given a clear picture of the Vedanta Sutra. But he says, pure picture in this. So he says, you have not given a clear picture of the pastime of Bhagavan, but you have given a clear picture of what? Of the four main objects of human pursuit. But you have given a clear picture of the four main things that what human wants. That is, this means example, virtue, wealth, enjoyment, and salvation. What is virtue, wealth, enjoyment, and salvation? Dharma. Dharma means virtue. Artha. In Malay, we call harta, H-A-R-T-A, harta benda. Harta, wealth. Kama, enjoyment. Moksha, salvation. So you have given a clear picture of Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Very clearly in Vedanta Sutra and Mahabharata. But you have not spoken about the pure spiritual pastime of Bhagavan. I hope you all are following me. And because of this shortcoming, that you enjoy no contentment. That's why you can't find any happiness in your heart. Therefore, you have committed a great and heavy omission. Example, what does that mean? So Narada Muni is telling, therefore, you have committed a great and heavy omission. So that means he is create a big omission, means omitting. That means not showing or blunder. In other words, we call blunder. You have committed a great and heavy blunder. Why? Because he gave too much on eulogy. He gave so much of example and reasoning to the caste and stages as the religion of the soul. Because you have given so much of importance from the caste. If you are in Brahmana, what you should do? What is your dharma, artha, kama, moksha in Brahmana? As a Vaishya, what you should do? All that you have given a very high eulogy. Okay? And you put it as stage of religion of the soul. I hope everyone following me. I can't see anyone. Maybe you can just put a chat box. Just put a thumbs up. All right? So you all are following me. Okay? Then now, after that, he says, if anyone living beside a conventional religion of the self and engage himself in the service of Hari, but sleeps before reaching the goal, he suffers no loss to speak of. Wow. What does that mean? All this dharma, artha, kama, moksha will end up in vain. Then Haridas Thakur is putting in nice word. He says, no, Haridas, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he says, if anyone, Narada Muni says, if anyone means what? Doesn't matter what is their caste, whether they're high caste, low caste, outcast, doesn't matter. If that person leaving aside, putting away the conventional religion, that is dharma, artha, kama, moksha, that's a convention. Every religion, they talk about how to become success in life, how to be happy, how to become rich, at the same time do good. That is a standard in every religion. When you leave aside all this conventional religion of the self, after leaving aside, but then engage himself in the service of Hari, put aside dharma, projita, kaitavatra, projita, throw away all these things aside, but simply engage in the service of Hari, Krishna. But while he is doing, he sleeps. Sleeps means what? He sleeps, sleep and fall. So that means before he reached the supreme goal, reaching the goal, that means he wants to go back home, back to Godhead. That's the goal. Before he could do that, he slept. He fell down. Then Narada Muni is telling very clearly, he suffers no loss to speak of. There's nothing losses to speak of. But if you engage in dharma, artha, kama, moksha, is guaranteed losses. Even moksha, heaven, still you come down. You can never be happy. But if a person throw away all these things, dharma, artha, kama, moksha, and simply engage in service of Hari. But while he is doing, he couldn't achieve it. Halfway he fall down, sleep and fall. He suffered no loss to speak of. That means there's nothing lost that can talk about it. Padita Tarna is fallen. Right? Fallen from his dharma. But nothing to talk about what he have lost. He didn't lose anything. You all understand? Okay. You know what? I'm in anxiety actually while discussing this. My anxiety is whether you all capturing this what I'm saying or not. So if you can respond, it can be a very motivating for me. Just like a thumbs up or say something yes or what. It gives me inspiration. That means give me a peace of mind to believe that you are understanding what I'm talking about. Because definitely, I don't know when are we going to come back to this book. That's why we are doing to deep studies. I hope you all can participate. All right. Let's have a two-way communication. Even you're busy, just put a thumbs up or just respond. So I understand that you are with me. Can we have that? Can we do that? All right. Okay. Yes. Okay, great. So now, on the contrary, or that means in other words, if he strictly stick to conventional religion, if he strictly stick to the caste religion, dharma, artha, kama, moksha, very strict in following his dharma. I'm in his caste and I follow the dharma according to the religious principle. Fast on every fasting day, follow all the rituals, everything. First thing in the morning, I do Surya Namaskar by offering water. I do everything. Fantastic. But being utterly unmindful of Hari Bhajan, utterly unmindful means totally not paying attention or not bothered of Hari Bhajan, not bothered about the devotional service. So he asked, what worthy of an exalted goal can he attain thereby? So if he follow all the religious principle, but neglect Hari Bhajan, so what worth is that? What worth in that exalted goal that he can attain? What is the thing? So looks like other than Hari Bhajan, all the other religious process will not give you success. Even you fail in Hari Bhajan, it gives you tremendous success. So it is clear from the above that there is no second help but Hari Bhajan. Yes. So in other words, there's no other way or there's no second help other than Hari Bhajan. Harir Nama kevalam. Kalau nasti, eva nasti, gadir anyataha. Only Hari Bhajan. Nothing other than Hari Bhajan. Therefore, a jiva can attain his highest goal. He can attain what? The highest goal if he embraces the holy name as the means to Hari. Can you underline this statement? The jiva can attain the highest goal if he simply embraces the holy name and the means to Hari. Okay? Now, any questions so far? All good? Okay. Vyasadeva then followed. Vyasadeva then followed up his Bhakti Yoga. After listening to this, then what did Vyasadeva say? Vyasadeva then followed up his Bhakti Yoga. Now he started to practice Bhakti Yoga. How? By absorb himself in an easy meditation of the Godhead. Can you see? Easy meditation on Godhead. So now the question is, what is easy? What does it easy? The easy used here to show that devotion to Krishna is the most innate in the Jivatma. Innate in Jivatma means it is pre-programmed in Jivatma. Okay? It's the word used here to show that devotion to Krishna is most innate. That means it's most natural for Jivatma. Because it is an inherent and eternal religion of the Jiva. That means it's inherent. That means is inheriting and is eternal and is natural religious process for the Jiva. You all got it? Say like for instance, to eat is very natural. To eat is inherent and of course not eternal. Is inherent. You do not need to take so much of effort to eat. When the food is served, you immediately take it. Even while you're closing your eyes, while you're watching TV, your hand will somehow or other will enter your mouth. It's not that while you're watching TV, you're eating the rice suddenly put into your eyes or put into your nose. Even while you're not paying attention, you just look somewhere, you just take the thing, poof, you can put into your mouth. Because it's natural, it's inherent. Similarly, the devotion to Krishna is innate, is his inherent and eternal religion. It becomes natural for the jiva. That's why it's called as easy. It is called the easy universal religion of every jiva, to every living entity, every jiva. Okay? It is workings develop in the following manner. Its working develop in the following manner. Which manner? Inherent and eternal. So now, when jiva come to realize that the path of karma does not give them eternal good. When they start to realize that path of karma is not giving them eternal good, forever it's not giving them a happiness. Whether it be the 18 inferior karma yoga, 18 inferior means Ashtanga yoga, 18-fold of this thing, 18 inferior of karma yoga, or 8 subtle process of yagna, yagna neither. Okay, yeah, yagna, 8 subtle process. Neither can ever lead them to the highest goal. So that means what is saying that the 18 inferior karma yoga or 8 subtle process of yagya, 8 subtle process, these both can never lead them to the highest goal, cannot give them to the highest goal, that is service to Krishna. Okay, so that means the word is neither. Neither means neither can ever lead them to the highest goal. What is the highest goal? Service to Krishna, which is their soul's religion, or again when they are, okay, it is a soul's religion. So that means it is in their soul's religion. That means the religion of the soul. Okay, so it cannot give you the highest goal, which is service to Krishna, which is supposed to be their soul religion. Then again, when they are fully convinced that there's not the least chance to attain a perpetual happiness, so when then later, when they realize that all the things that I'm doing is simply waste of time, and they cannot achieve the perpetual happiness, the real eternal happiness, okay, there's not a least chance, okay, by mundane wisdom, by this material ideology, or limited knowledge, or the knowledge which is so limited, that aims at the spiritual kingdom, both gained by endeavor of the subtle frame of mind, ego, etc. So, finding no shore to catch, they thus, by the grace of the sadhu and the spiritual preceptor, cry out to Krishna from the deepest recess of their heart. Okay, let's look at the words now. Okay, now what it says. So, through the 8-fold process of yagya, subtle process or 8 inferior process of karma yoga, 18 process, okay, in karma yoga, that means working hard and all, 18 process, all this, will not lead them to the highest goal, that is service to Krishna. Okay, and this service to Krishna is their soul's religion. I mean, this is natural. But again, that also when, after they realize, when they are fully convinced, not partially, fully convinced that there is not the least chance, there's nothing other than this to attain perpetual happiness. True, useless wisdom, mundane wisdom, or limited knowledge, the scientific knowledge, limited knowledge that aims at the spiritual kingdom. That means limited knowledge also like Brahman realization. All these are that aims at the spiritual kingdom. But these only gain by the endeavor of the subtle frame of mind, the ego, mind, ego, and this thing. So all these simply gain by the endeavor of the subtle frame of mind and ego. Okay, and when you do this, it's a finding no shore to catch. That means you are still in the middle of the ocean. You can't find any shore. நம்ம கடல்ல தத்தளிச்சுக்கிட்டு இருக்கோம், கரையே கண்ணுக்கு தெரியல. We couldn't find any shore or any beach to escape. So when this thing happened, what they do? Thus they, by the grace of the sadhu, when they start to associate with pure devotees and surrendering to spiritual preceptor. Preceptor means guru, spiritual master. Surrendering themselves, okay, and the spiritual preceptor, they cry out to Krishna from the deepest recess. So deepest recess means the deepest region from their heart. So in other words, they cry out to Krishna from the deep, the deepest region from the heart. Adi manasulandi aluvuradhu, Krishna. They cry out to Krishna from the deepest recess of their heart. So what they cry? He says, "Oh Krishna, Oh, deliverer of the fallen, Padita Pavana. Although I am your eternal servant, I am fallen into the deep abyss of the world. Abyss means deep region. The deep region of this material creation. And I am badly dashed from shore to shore. Dash means what? Whacked. You know, the water that come and hit. You know, sometimes when we stand in the beach side, when the water comes in, you know, we'll be like that, you know. Imagine if a big tsunami come and hit you, what will happen to you? You fly away. So that means I've been beaten badly dashed or whacked, shore to shore. I whack from that shore, I come to this shore, then I whack from that shore. It's just like your middle, you are getting whacked left and right, up and down. Okay? And how? I am deep abyss of the world and badly dashed from shore to shore. By what? By his drowning waves. We are drowning. The waves of the troubles and turbulation. So that means I am suffering shore to shore by and drowning by its drowning wave from the wave of trouble. We are getting wave of trouble after trouble after trouble and tribulation. Trouble and tribulation. Okay? Suffering, extreme suffering. So now, take me up, my Lord, to the shade of the cool dust of your lotus feet. Please take me and put in your lotus feet. Oh, have mercy on this wretched self. Wretched self means have mercy on this fallen person. Then what happened? All merciful Lord lovingly take the jiva up to his feet. Then he will take the jiva and put him at his lotus feet. Okay? Then, when with the sincere trills of joy and tears trickling down their cheek, so when with sincere trills, excitement, or what they call, what is the word? Baba, what do you call? What is Baba?
Rasam Prabhu, Rasam Mellow.
No, rasa means prema. Baba is called what?
Mellow.
Ecstatic. Okay, ecstatic devotional service, Baba. So with the sincere trills not a trill, you're ecstatic, yay! And joy. Because trills and joy will come when you are excited. When you get prema, you become so humble. You become so sober. You won't express it out. You start to dwell deep into yourself. Right? What example we can give? When a boy and girl first they meet, when they decide to fall in love, both of them will be in great excitement. Yes, I got a girlfriend. Yes, I got a boyfriend. Yes, oh, they'll be laughing, they'll be singing, just like what happened in cinema, right? But after that, when they go, after they get married, they become this thing. After that, they become sober because they're deeply in love. Love makes a person sober. So now we speak about the word joy. So trills means excitement. So with sincere excitement, ecstasy of joy and tears trickling down the cheeks. That means the joy and cheek, all the eyes will start to tear, cry. The tears, joy, the tears of happiness will start to flow down down their cheeks. Then they constantly chant, hear, and remember the name of Krishna. Kirtana, Smarana, Vandana. Right? Hearing, remembering, and chanting. And that time what happened? They gradually, it takes gradual step. All right? The gradual step, they reach to the stage of bhava. That's when the real ecstasy will start to appear. Okay? So now what we can understand from here, gradual. Once we become a devotee, before we become a devotee, of course, we are very anxious. But once we become a devotee, we are not anxious whether in this birth we are going back home or next birth or the following birth. Doesn't matter at all. As long as we are here, we are always in ecstasy. My dear Prabhus and mothers, we have already passed through a big education understanding. From nectar of instruction to Bhakti Aloka to nectar of holy name. Then we went into this nectar of devotion. Again, we are revisiting nectar of holy name again. And somehow or other, we are chanting 16 rounds, 64 rounds, 100 rounds a day. We are somehow or other trying and everything. Do you know all the Sukriti will last? Even you miss the boat, this birth, you have not missed the boat. You are taken by a speedboat to the cruise. Sometimes the cruise ship have to be parked in the quite away from the shore because the water is too shallow. When the water is too shallow, the boat cannot come near the shore. So the boat is parked far away. The big cruise ship is parked. The cruise back home, back to Godhead. So now, what happened? We are taking a small boat, a motorboat or speedboat that will take you to the cruise boat so you can get into the cruise ship. So even if you miss this, you do not need to worry, this boat, I think I cannot go back home. Doesn't matter. You're already on the boat and you are on the journey to the cruise. In which level you stopped at this birth? From this exact point, you will continue in next birth. Okay, I just want to discuss this. Okay, put a thumbs up. How many of you feel ecstatic talking about this? A kind of ecstatic feeling. I mean, you're not chanting. Doesn't matter how many rounds you chant or what, but you have some kind of ecstasy, like we read Nectar of Devotion, all the books that we have studied so far. How many of you felt a kind of ecstasy runs in your heart?
Yes, Prabhu.
No one?
Yes, yes.
Put a thumbs up because I can see the thumbs up. Yes. Okay. Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu. Yes. Okay. How about others? Chana Lakshmi Mataji says yes. Nandari, yes. Sudha Sindhu Mataji. Okay. So you all feel right? Shobha Mataji? Valiyama Mataji? Rajendran Prabhu?
Yes,
Mangala
Prabhu.
Rukmini? You
Yes,
feel
Prabhu.
kind of ecstasy power, right?
Yes,
Do you
Prabhu.
know? This is the point of ecstatic feeling you'll continue in your next birth. Do you know that? We have already beyond the ordinary standard. I'm not saying this out of egoism. I'm not trying to like boast, we are great. No. What I'm saying is, we are somehow or other a little bit ecstatic compared to with some other people. We are somehow or other on this place. And that's why we are addicted to these classes, learning. We want to learn, even though this is quite heavy to learn. Yes, Vaishnava Prabhu, you want to say something?
But actually, what I mean by my ecstasy is that ultimately, after all these days, chanting is the only go. That is what the whole book has been teaching us. Chanting is the only go, and everything about chanting we know, Prabhu. And ultimately, all the other processes you can let go, but chanting.
Correct.
Thank you.
Yes. You feel very excited about it, Prabhu? You
Yeah,
realize it?
I know that I don't have to do anything else, Prabhu.
See, that is the natural process. Naturally, people don't like to work hard, don't like to endeavor, right? So what I'm trying to tell you here is, okay, and soon in the February, now we're already in the February, maybe by this or next week we are done, we have completed successfully this Nectar of Holy Name. Then we're going to read Srimad Bhagavatam. We're going to go the same speed, no rush, no marathon. It's going to be a walkathon. Or what the snail do? Huh? How the snail, snail what drag? What do you call that? What the snails will do what?
Slide.
Huh?
Slide. SLIDE.
SLIDE, slide. No, not slide. Crawl. No, snail will do what? Huh?
Moves.
Prabhu, huh?
Moves.
Most?
Move, M-O-V-E.
I know. How it move?
There's a
See,
slide. There's a slide
for instance,
there. Actually, correct. there's slime on the snail, and I think it's slide on the slime.
Slide.
Because
Okay.
it secretes a kind of liquid, Prabhu.
Yes, yes, yes.
And then it's maybe Mataji is correct because it slides on that.
Gliding, Prabhu, gliding.
Gliding. Gliding அப்படியே வலிக்கிட்டு போறது. Gliding ன்னு வலிக்கிட்டு போறது. You do it fast. Gliding is fast. Wait, there's a word, but it's not coming out. Yeah, actually, it's called gliding, lah. Yeah, the movement of a snail is called gliding. Okay, gliding. Locomotive pedal gliding. Okay, anyway, yeah, there's one word. Yeah, it's not coming. Okay, anyway. Okay, let's say gliding, lah. So we're going to do Sastra gliding. Sastra gliding. In other words, we are not going to go very fast. We're going to go slowly, relishing every word Srila Prabhupada have expressed in Srimad Bhagavatam. And imagine in that ecstasy, we leave the body. And next birth, you're not going to start all over again. You're going to start from where you stopped. Okay? It can be, this birth can be the final, or it can be semi-final or quarter-final. But we are very sure that we are very near back home, back to Godhead. Okay? Anyway, by the mercy of Sri Krishna, and of course, because the prema, the way that how Krishna going to give the prema, it all depends. Okay, now we're going to go to the topic now. So now what happened? So, okay, then gradually reach the stage of bhava. So some or other we are experiencing a little bhava. Not the absolute bhava, but a little bhava. That's why we are sitting here and love to talk about this. All right, now, so gradually reach the stage of bhava, appearing in their heart. Krishna erases, wow, look at the word, all stain from their mind. So once we come to the level of bhava, Krishna will come with a big eraser and start to erase. All right, can you see the eraser here? All right, okay, I just take this. Okay, now this is the eraser, and he start to erase one by one. Okay, all the anarthas, all the unwanted nonsense, everything will start to erase like that. So that means he will erase all the stains in from their mind. Then, having thus cleansed their heart graciously. So how the thing graciously, you're going to erase graciously. After they having their heart graciously cleansed, then he blesses them with his own prema. Wow. So, what we understand from these Prabhus and mothers? The anarthas will be cleansed when we reach to the stage of bhava. So when we come to the level of bhava, that's when we are free from anarthas. So once we come to the reach of bhava, okay, when we are in the process of bhava, so what Krishna will do, he will remove all the anarthas from our heart. After the heart is completely cleansed, then he infuse into it with prema, just like changing the engine oil. You drain out all the engine oil out, then they put in a brand new engine oil. Yes, Saki Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, இப்போ நீங்க சொல்லிருந்தீங்களே இந்த மாதிரி பாவா ஸ்டேஜ் வந்தாக்கா அனார்த்தாஸ் கிளியர் ஆயிரும்னு. அன்னைக்கு நான் கிளாஸ் குரு மகாராஜ் கிளாஸ்ல வந்து பாவா ஸ்டேஜ்ல கூட சில அனார்த்தாஸ் இருக்கும்னு சொல்றாரு. எப்படி பிரபு?
ஏன்னா பாவா ஸ்டேஜ்ல தான் அனார்த்தஸை கிருஷ்ணா கிளியர் பண்றாரு. இப்போ வந்து என்னன்னா, say like for instance, now you have okay, this is full of anarthas, right? Okay, this is full of anarthas. Okay, that's full of anarthas. Okay, when the anartha is getting clear, so we have so much of anartha. So when we have so much of dirt in our heart, how the dirt is going to get cleansed? So once we are coming, the idea that once, say like for instance, we are coming to bhava. Okay, that means now I'm walking towards bhava. Okay, now I'm going towards bhava. So how to understand that you're coming to the level of bhava? when one by one another that cleared. Pop cleared. Level 1 cleared. Then level 2 cleared. Then level 3 is cleared. You got it?
Yes.
Level 3 is cleared. Then level 4 is cleared. So that means you are in Bhava already, right?
அது ப்ராசஸ் வந்து அங்க இருக்கிறப்பதான் நடந்துகிட்டு இருக்கு.
Correct. அப்புறம் கடைசி எல்லாம் clear ஆயிரும். ஏன்னா okay, like Mataji asked a question, what happened even in the level of Bhava, there's still anarthas. Yes. The one and only anartha that even a person in Bhava or great personality very hard to give up. அது என்ன தெரியுமா?
Ego.
Yes. This damn thing called ego. Very hard to give up. The person can renounce everything under the sun. But this word ego, very hard to give up. Sometimes when you call this big elevated devotees, when you go there, when you don't give him a proper respect, when the person going to give class, suddenly you didn't put a garland, or you put a garland, the garland is like old garland, or you sit there and they don't give you a proper introduction, or sometimes when the speaker goes to one place, they like to give their what they call என்ன சொல்றது their resume. You must tell this Prabhu born from here, he studied this, he studied that, he got Vaibhava, Vedanta, Sarvabhauma, Sastri, Bhakti Sastri. He have done all this, he done a lot of research. You have to speak about that. Before that, they give you. Okay? Why this thing? Sometimes like that, ego. Very hard to give up. But this ego only can be cleansed by by the grace of Krishna. Okay, Mataji? All right, Mataji? Saki Champakalata.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you.
Okay. So now what happened, Mataji? So once everything is cleared graciously, once everything is clean, that's when he blesses them with own prema, his own prema. So once the person gets prema, Mataji, that's when he's not bothered about anything. Whether you praise him, you don't praise him, you glorify him, you don't glorify him, because when the person comes to the level of prema, he don't see anything. He don't see any kind of fault. Because his eyes is full of prema. He sees everything as love. Saki Mataji, I want to say something. Are you there?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, you are a mother of 2 child, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Now, unmute பண்ணுங்க பேசலாம்.
Okay, Prabhu.
You are mother of 2 kids, right?
ஆமா, Prabhu.
So that means you have experienced having 2 babies in your life, yes?
Yes.
So whenever you see a baby, how will you feel?
திருப்பி சின்ன குழந்தைங்கள பாக்குறப்பியா?
இன்னொரு பிள்ளை பெத்துக்கலாம்னு ஃபீல் பண்ணுமா இல்லையா?
டக்குன்னு வரும், ஆனா அலட்டாயிரும் Prabhu.
அது விட்டுருங்க. நான் டக்குன்னு வர்றதுதான் கேக்குறேன்.
வந்திருக்கு Prabhu, அன்னைக்கு கூட கவனிச்சு.
அதான். See, my brother-in-law got a baby boy. Then I was just telling my wife, oh my God, I think we should go and adopt another child. And she said, you got already 4. It's okay. Another 1 more only. So like that. So that means, in other words, Mataji, once you have that prema having a child, baby, when you hold the baby, you feel like the love manifests. Yes or not?
Yes.
Like that, when you come to the level of prema, you see everybody as the potential of prema. You see everywhere only Krishna. You got it? பார்க்கிறதுல பிரேமமா தான் தெரியும். மரத்தை பார்த்தா இந்த மரம் இப்படி தஞ்சிருக்க, ஓ இந்த மரம் வந்து ராதாராணி அந்த பாஸ்ட் டைம்ல இந்த மாதிரி கண்ணுக்கு அதான் தெரியும்.
ஏக்கத்துல இருக்கோ.
எஸ், பார்க்கிறதுல கண்ணுக்கு அதான் தெரியும். Okay, I just want to mention one thing which I don't want to mention the name of the book, but there's one particular book. Of course, it's not recommended for reading, but it's very high level. I read that book until when I go and pluck the flower, you know, that hibiscus, bungaraya. First thing when you see early in the morning at 5 o'clock, when you see the hibiscus is like slightly bloomed. தெரியுதா? லேசா திறந்திருக்கும். I haven't bloomed yet, but just slightly. And it looks so beautiful. Suddenly, when I look at the thing and I start to talk, oh, slender wasted one. அதாவது இஞ்சி இடுப்பு அழகி. So all this kind of means it is very powerful. So when Krishna blesses you, you see everything as prema. But all these things happen when the heart is cleansed. Okay, when this cleansed with bhava, the bhava is the cleaning process. Then once you're totally clean, and Krishna says, I will give you prema now. All right. So what is prema? Extreme humbleness, Mataji. Now you understand or not?
Yes.
Extreme humbleness. There's no more ego. Whether you praise me or whether you spit on me, I just simply have no ego. That's when you come as humble as a grass, as tolerant as a tree. That's when you can chant the Maha Mantra very nicely. Why? So when we understand, when we going to chant the mantra in ecstatic mood, when we are in bhava. So if we are working hard to go to the level of bhava by chanting every day. It's not whenever you feel like chanting. 3 rounds, 4 rounds, 10 rounds, not enough. You have to increase it. How you should increase it? It's not that we are putting pressure on you. Whether you want bhava quickly or you want to take your own sweet time, entirely your decision. If you're going to chant 16 rounds, 32 rounds, 64 rounds, what do I gain? Is it MLM business? When you chant, I get some sukriti from you? No. That's our duty to advise you. Take it or leave it. Is in entirely your own decision. That's it. But now we are justifying it. What happened? So you get bhava quickly. Your heart is cleansed quickly. And you can get prema quickly. If you get prema, you come to the level of extreme humbleness. Then utter devotion are necessary to call Krishna to the heart. Can you see that, Mataji? What Bhakti Vinod Thakur is saying, very important point. He say extreme humbleness and utter devotion, strong devotion. It is important to call Krishna to the heart.
திருப்பி இன்னொரு தடவை சொல்லுங்க போது.
அதாவது என்னதுன்னா எக்ஸ்ட்ரீம் ஹம்பிள்னஸ், ஆழமான பணிவு, தீவிரமான பணிவு, அதே நேரத்துல தீவிரமான பக்தி. சரியா? பயங்கரமான பணிவு, தீவிரமான பக்தி, இது ரெண்டும் ரொம்ப முக்கியம் கிருஷ்ணரை நம்ம இதயத்திற்கு கூப்பிடுறதுக்கு. You got it?
Okay, Prabhu.
So extreme humbleness, you have to be very humble and you have to have strong devotion. This is very important to call Krishna to the heart. Then when earthly knowledge, reasoning and striving are completely burnt to ash. What does that mean? When the earthly knowledge, all the knowledge that we have, the reasoning, the logic behind it, and endeavoring, working hard to this, it become completely burnt to ashes. Everything will burn to ashes. That means you can't even see how it looks like. Then what happened? The soul's eye can perceive Bhagavan and his associated counterparts. Who is that associated counterparts? Srimati Radharani, Manjari, Sakhi, Gopis, all these associated counterparts. Then he continues, he said, if after discarding the company of Asat fellows, what is Asat fellows? Nice. Asat fellows means non-devotee. When we start to discard, we start to throw away all this non-devotee association, Asat fellows. I like the way Bhakti Vinod Thakur writes, Asat fellows. Company of the Asat fellows. Okay, who are these Asat? Who are these fellows? Who are these Asat fellows? These are the fellows who are attached to this fair sex and those who are non-devotee of Krishna. Okay, so non-devotee of Krishna. So that means, okay, I just put a mark here. Okay, now what we say, after discarding the company of Asat fellow who are attached to the fair sex, that means they are attached to the women. They are attached to the opposite sex. They are always in sexual or in the lusty mood. And of course, those who are non-devotee of Krishna, when they don't have these kind of people, when they start to discard these asat fellows, then what happened? One embraces the company of the good or sat. We start to have not asat, but sat sangha. That's when we call sat sangha. Before that, asat sangha. We throw away asat sangha and we come to sat sangha. Sat sangha, association of the devotee or the company of good people. So, company of the good or sat sangha. Before long, that means in due course of time, it doesn't take so long. It doesn't take so much of time. In due course of time, what will happen? He attains firm faith, nishta. Then, through the stages of nishta, that means firm faith is nishta, he reaches the ladder of bhava.
பிரபு இந்த ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் கொஞ்சம் ரிப்பீட் பண்ணுங்க பிரபு. நிஷ்டா வரதுக்கு முன்ன என்ன பிரபு எப்படி?
அதாவது என்ன சொல்றாங்கன்னா, நம்ம அசட் சங்கத்தை தூக்கி போட்டு சட் சங்கத்துல இருந்தோம்னா, ஓகே, குறுகிய காலகட்டம் ஷார்ட் டேர்ம் குறுகிய காலகட்டத்துல உங்களுக்கு நிஷ்டா அடைவீங்க. நிஷ்டா என்னது? ஆழமான நம்பிக்கை, ஃபிக்ஸ்ட் ஆழமான நம்பிக்கை. சரியா? நிச்சயம் நிஷ்டா. சோ நம்ம நிஷ்டா நிலைக்கு வந்தோனே அதே போல ஸ்டெப் பை ஸ்டெப்பா நாம வந்து பாவ நிலைக்கு வரலாம். சரியா?
Okay.
So we reach the ladder of bhava. Bhava is highest, right?
Yes.
Second highest. Okay.
Second highest.
So second highest. So he come to the level of nishta and he reaches the ladder of bhava. Because bhava la our heart is getting cleansed. Then after that, Bhakti Vinod Thakur also giving a warning. He says, those whose heart are crooked, those whose heart is crooked, பித்தலாட்டம் மனம் பித்தலாட்ட மனம் முன்னுக்கு நடிக்கிறாங்க, நம்ம மனசுல பித்தலாட்டம். those who are crooked heart will நிச்சயமாக, beyond any doubt, there's no doubt, he will stumble downwards to hell. So these are the people who are stumble downwards to hell. Very long way to go, Prabhu. That's why I say it's not long way to go, Mataji. It is within your reach. Saki Mataji, can you unmute yourself again? Yeah, it's long way.
Because I can see the war within myself, Prabhu.
That's why Krishna says here. That's why what he says here, take the Nama Prabhu, concentrate in the Nama Prabhu, and surrender to the Nama Prabhu. All these things can happen quickly.
Okay, bro.
If no Nama Prabhu, you're going to follow other ways, it's going to take a long time. So what I can say, Mataji, just concentrate in chanting as your sadhana bhakti.
Okay, bro.
எதுவுமே தேவையில்ல.
But when this time arrive, Prabhu, அந்த சோதனை காலம் வர்றப்ப நான் தோத்துறேன் Prabhu. எனக்கு தெரியுது, ஆனா தோத்துறேன்.
அந்த சோதனை காலத்துல தான் நீங்க நாம பிரபு மட்டும் உங்க நாக்கிலே டான்ஸ் ஆடினாருன்னா அந்த சோதனை காலம் கூட உங்களுக்கு சோதனையா தெரியாது. அந்த சோதனை வேதனையை ஆக்காது. சரியா? ஜஸ்ட் லைக் நம்ம போயிட்டு இருக்கும் போது குறி வந்து இச்சை போட்டுருச்சுன்னு வச்சுக்கோம் சட்டையில, ஐயோ ஆனா அழுக்கு, ஐயோ கடுப்பா, ஆனா பட் யூ ஆர் நாட் கெட் திஸ் திங், யூ ஸ்டூபிட் பர்ட், உன்னை சுட்டுறேன், உன்னை கொல்றேன், அந்த மாதிரி தாட் வராது. அப்போ இதுல என்ன தெரியுதுன்னா, இதுல வந்து நம்ம என்ன ப்ரூவ், ஐ மீன் பக்தி வினோத் தாக்கூர் என்ன சொல்றாரு, நாம பிரபுவை மட்டும் நம்ம பிடிச்சுப்போம், வேற எதுவுமே தேவையில்லை. இதுல என்ன தெரியுது, ஈவன் டேட்டி வர்ஷிப் இஸ் நாட் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். டேட்டி வர்ஷிப்ல few hours
அந்த மாதிரி சோதனை காலத்துல இருந்து நம்ம சான் பண்ணிட்டு சொல்லி கிருஷ்ணா நாமத்தையும் சொல்லிட்டே இருக்கணும்னு சொல்றீங்க? இல்ல,
அப்படி சொல்லல. நீங்க சான் பண்ணிக்கிட்டே இருந்தீங்கன்னா இந்த வேதனை வந்து உங்களுக்கு வேதனையா தெரியாது.
ஓகே.
In other words, what I'm saying is, if you are having trouble, you're having challenging time, even the challenges, you don't feel challenges. Just like in a hot sun, you're driving in an air-conditioned car.
Okay.
So you are in the hot season. Now the hot season starting, right? The spring starting is going to be very high humid. And the humidity, you are there. but you are on that road in that environment, but you are sitting in the air-conditioned car. So you're not affected by the humid weather. சரியா? அதனாலதான் what I am saying, I mean, this one I thought of saying it last, but I just like to say it earlier itself. Just take Nama Prabhu as our sole practice. Even I've got, because my Jagannath came to me forcefully. I didn't ask. Devotee came and gave it to me. And I prayed, oh Prabhuji, I think I really not qualified to serve you. Like, the puja they do, sometimes they do all kind of fantastic. I don't do all that. I just simply sit and chant in front of him. I just want to concentrate at you, oh my Lord, oh the most beautiful one. I just chant. I am thinking, or even I have no idea. Please, I'm just waiting for some inspiration from studying. That I thought, can I open the altar at 3 o'clock in the morning? You say, only you have to open only at Mangalarti or what? But I want to chant the holy name. Why not I open the altar at 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning? Okay, and I just want to chant and sit and chant in front of the Lord. So it's all create the. So that means when you look at the Lord wants you to chant. You serve me. Are you convinced with me? Are you really attracted to me? Do you know that my lotus feet is the only way for salvation? Do you know you come to me, you're going to enjoy life? Yes. So chant. The goal of the entire devotional service, the entire Gaudiya Vaishnava mission is you to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, and that's all. We are not trying to become a Smarta Brahmana. Any little thing, Sahasra, Sirsa, Purushaha, put the thing on the fire and burn the fire. No, we are not that kind of ritual parampara. Even the ritual is not important. At the time of birth, when the child is born, we chant Hare Krishna to the ears. When someone dies, we chant Hare Krishna and send him off. That's all. 100% dependent on the holy name. So the entire book in this Harinam Cintamani to convince you these 16 words is Krishna. And that is the most easiest way of worshipping him. Other than sitting, like that, a few days ago we studied about that Seva Prat. If you have a deity, you have to do this. You make sure you cannot do this. You do that, you cannot fart. Sometimes, finish. Aprat. But you chant, no problem. No problem, right? You can go to the funeral, you can bring that mala, you can go anywhere, any second. Don't take the mala to the kakusla, to the toilet. Other than that, every place you can chant Hare Krishna. Why not? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to the toilet. He cannot stop his tongue. He bite his tongue. He bite his lips. Bite his lip. Then came out, there's a wound. Gopal, there's a boy, young boy, Gopal. He saw, Mahaprabhu, why your lips is thing? My wretched tongue. I go to the toilet, passing motion. My tongue cannot stop chanting. I feel so disgusted. That's why I bite my tongue. So not to chant. And that Gopal says, his name is Gopal, he says, my dear Lord, isn't that you can chant in any circumstances, even you're sitting in the kakus, in the toilet. Even you cannot come out from like that. You say Krishna, Hare Krishna, press the air and let the stool go out. Isn't that possible? And he says, yes. What you say is right. You have enlightened me. That's why his name became Gopa Guru Goswami. He said, from now onwards, you're known as Gopa Guru. Because you given me and you taught me something. So what we understand from here, any circumstances, any situation, simply chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Whether you chant passively, enthusiastically, fanatically, or crazily, or whateverly, chant. Isn't that fantastic? So when we can concentrate in our japa, chanting, it is so powerful, right? Like in my Namahat center, That day when Prabhu came and he started to sing Narashinga song, all my students were wondering what song they are singing. You know? After all that, then he said, how long you have been here? Or the girl says, no, we have been here for 2 years. We have been coming for this program for 2 years, 3 years, you know, this thing, all this thing. He's wondering, you know, how come you all don't know what this Namaste, Narashingaya, all these songs? No, because Prabhuji only teaches to chant Hare Krishna, nothing else. All my students are doing that. They just chant Hare Krishna, they sing Hare Krishna, nothing else. You know? And it really works. Nothing than Harinam. Then they say, call me a fanatic. I say, it doesn't matter. Because I'm not doing it blindly based on this. And of course, I'm inspired by Bhakti. What is his name? Brahat Bhagavata Maharaj. Brahat Bhagavata Maharaj told me, deity worship is not important. Anything not important. Only Harinam Japa. He told me personally. I said, Maharaj, is that mean deity worship not important? He said, yes. So those who are really in the mood of deity worship, they will worship. I mean, we are not saying we should not generalize. Generalizing is the biggest mistake everybody does. We don't generalize. But being specific. And what Prabhupada said, when you're young, work hard. When you're old, samadhi. So when you're old means, now is the time that you should engage in 24 hours Harinam Japa. All right? Go to the ecstatic procedure. And all these possible, Mataji, Saki Mataji. If not, Bhakti Vinod Thakur do not need to write these phrases. If Bhakti Vinod Thakur says, you start now, in 5 births down the road, you get liberated, go back home, back to God. Do you think you'll be very enthusiastic, Mataji?
Yes, bro.
உற்சாகமா இருப்பீங்களா? 5 பிறவிக்கு அந்தானே நீங்க பூலோகாக்கு போனோம்னா ஒரு பிறவி ஏறக்குறைய ஒரு 80 வருஷம் வைங்களேன். 80 years life, because devotees don't have any bad habit, they live a long life. Say 80 years life average. 8 times 5, 400. 8 times 5, 40. 400 years later, you go back home, back to God. Do you think you'll be very enthusiastic? Okay lah. Let me just go slow lah.
At least I'm in the boat.
Going to go back. என்ன மத்தஜி?
At least நான் போட்ல ஏறிட்டேன்.
போட்ல ஏறிட்டேன். சரி கொஞ்சம் ஆட்டம் போடுவோமே, என்ஜாய் பண்ணுவோமே. What is a rush, man? Next month பாத்துக்கலாம். No. But why Bhakti Vinod Thakur is writing this thing? And he wrote in great ecstasy because he's so excited. You know, when you look at the way that he writes, so excited. You can feel the writing of Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Why? Because this is possible. Doesn't matter from which caste you came from, on which people, what is your background, whether a Chinese, Malay, Indian, or whatever. Whether you came from the beef eater background or dog eater background, doesn't matter. Whether you're a man or woman, doesn't matter. Whether you're crippled or you're healthy, doesn't matter. As long as you got a tongue that can vibrate Mahamantra, will take you back home, back to Godhead. So there's a guarantee here. And that guarantee happen if we can come to the level of Bhava. And to go to the level of Bhava, we have to chant Hare Krishna. Once we achieve the Bhava, we continue chanting Hare Krishna. Then by Krishna take the eraser, erase all the anarthas, and he give you prema, you also chant Hare Krishna. But now your chanting is different. You come. So even go back home, back to God, what do you do? You go on chanting. This one mantra for a beginner, from an intermediate to the advanced, and even back home, back to Godhead, chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. There's no other way. If you think other than this way, your life out there sucks. Tell me how suffering our life is. How horrible is our life is. When we work so hard, something will come and fall upon. You know, I have seen. I mean, not even I'm experiencing it also. When one turbulent finish, we are out. But another problem will come in. You know, like I'm so excited.
அதுக்கு முடிவே இல்ல பிரபு.
எனக்கு வந்து you know that நான் சொன்னேன் தெரியுமா, I'm released from bankruptcy after 14 years. 14 வருஷம் வனவாசம் போன மாதிரி வந்திருக்கேன். இப்போ என்ன தெரியுமாச்சி, my 2 knees are extremely painful. I can't even walk properly. I walk like a penguin now.
Oh.
I was telling my wife, pochida, I was thinking I cannot go to India all this while because I'm a bankrupt. Now released from bankruptcy, my 2 knees given out. How am I going to on parikram? How am I going to go to the Radhakund, Shamakund walk? Cannot.
This place are full of miseries, Prabhu.
No, sorry. So now they say, I have to do, they put injection or have to check whether need to do kneecap or surgery or something. Oh, so scary. All right. So never ending. How you can be like, I've like people who become a very successful, suddenly fall sick, finish. You know, some people have to all the, you know, that they say, oh, okay, now I come out. Suddenly, family members fall sick. We have to nurse them. Another big problem. It happens in my mother-in-law's family, my wife's side. No, they said, oh, all the things settled. Now is the time to come out. You know that my wife's grandmother recently celebrated 100 years old. So, 100 years, 100 வயசு.
Right?
January, they all celebrate 100 years, and today she is anytime going to check in. But what happened? For the past 3 months, she was bedridden. Until my mother, bedridden means she became blind. She's immovable, but she don't know whether it's day or night. So make sure they put a pampers, she'll open the pampers. My mother-in-law going through hell of a time. When she thought one is done, and say, okay, now we want to call, she can't even come to our house. She can't go anywhere because she have to sit there. Mother-in-law, father-in-law, both have to look after the grandmother. You know. So how can it be? Trouble after trouble. When this trouble ended, there's another trouble waiting in the queue. So only way you can't do that, just chant Hare Krishna. Simple. Other than this, the life guaranteed misery. We are talking about this is not something that we are not experienced. All of you can relate with your own life. How one after one, the life are just getting ready to some or other giving you hell of a time. So there's no way we can be really happy. So in this kind of very highly agitated situation, what we should do? We should simply chant Hare Krishna. Okay. What is the next paragraph? It's quite a long paragraph. Okay, how many more pages to go? Such a long pages, 19 pages. We're going to take at least what? All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, we are the distinct. Okay. So the following chapters you start to see Krishna. Okay. After this, you start to experience Bhakti Vinod Thakur will be speaking in great ecstasy. Now itself, the English is amazing. But later, as we go on, it's going to be even more deep. One word can divide into so many meanings. Okay. Oh, Krishna, is already 11:30. Why the time runs so fast? The fortunate. Okay. Any questions so far, my dear Prabhus and mothers? Unfortunately, we have to end now because it's already 11:30. Because I don't want to drag more time. But if it's okay, we can finish up this one paragraph. Anyway, we stop here. Okay. Page 129. Please mark the page 129. The fortunate one earnestly longed to ascend the terrace of Prema. Okay, this is a very important topic. Okay, I think we start on a fresh day. All right, the fortunate ones who earnestly long to ascend the terrace of Prema do sincerely and incessantly chant the name of Krishna in the company of sadhus. Okay, this one we continue day after tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow actually I want to do session, but the problem is my kitchen pipe I've already given away and there's a lot of waters are oozing out, and it takes a breaking and repairing the pipe. So I think it's going to take a long thing and I have to be there to look after. So very unfortunately, tomorrow I can't do the class on the 5th February because tomorrow is also my very special day for me. And I thought I really want to dedicate just on this day on the class, but what a day,
Birthday,
the guy.
Prabhu.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, everyone's happy birthday.
Turning 48. Things
Krishna
are flying.
birthday.
After the days. I just feel like as though I'm still young, but already getting old, 40. I'm already middle age. Right? So,
Prabhu, I'm
unfortunate.
still very young, Prabhu. Don't worry.
What is that, Mataji?
I'm still very young. You don't worry about it.
No, when you say you are very young and ask me not to worry, what does that mean?
Even at my age, I think I'm very young.
Oh, okay. Appada. See, my legs also, oh my God. That's why I need to get up and just stretch my leg at least every 1 hour. Okay, so is there any questions, any comment before we end the session?
Prabhu, 1 minute, Prabhu.
Yes.
Just to clarify, there is now we talk about the process of yasna and 18 inferior karma yoga. Inferior
Okay.
What is inferior?
Inferior means indirect. Indirect.
Example of karma, inferior karma yoga.
No. Inferior. Inferior na, it is not to say. Another one is 8 subtle. Subtle is indirect.
Indirect.
The one you see, right? The 8 jnana. Subtle 8 jnana and 18 inferior. Inferior means not important.
Oh, the karma is the adjective word karma. Okay, Prabhu.
The karma means activity. 18
Yes.
activities are there.
Oh.
Like
Do
sleeping,
activities
eating.
without attachment to results.
Sorry?
They written the meaning of it, Prabhu.
No. See, Prabhu, karma means activity.
Yes.
Activity. That means what are the 18 inferior activity like eating, sleeping, mating, and all these kind of activity. Number activity like 18 அதிலே 18 வகை இருக்கு.
Okay, Prabhu.
அப்ப இந்த 18 வகை வந்து inferior because it doesn't take you to see, like for instance, all right, example, waking up early in the morning and after that taking a morning bath, then after that you have to do morning ablution, the Surya's Namaskaram. Then you do morning yagya. Okay. then after that visit the temple. Then after that taking blessings from the elderly people and bless the inferior, this thing. Then after that feeding the cow in the morning, then feeding a brahmana. So like that got 18 activities a person should do in a daily basis. We will study that in Srimad Bhagavatam. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna will be giving an example in the 18th canto. First thing when you wake up, 10th canto, they will describe. First thing you wake up, what do you do? First thing you wake up, you take his bath. Then after that, you do meditation, you do fire sacrifice. Then you don't feed the cow, you feed the brahmana, take blessing, give blessing. Then meet the people, the poor people be standing for charity, give charity, then perform like that, but 18 things. So all these Bhakti Vinod Thakur putting as inferior, not important.
Prabhu, okay. 1 minute, Prabhu.
Prabhu, wish you happy birthday, Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji.
God bless. Hare Krishna.
Happy birthday. Born in this world is not happy at all. Nothing
You're
more exciting.
one year nearer to go back to Godhead, Prabhu.
Nearer to Godhead.
Sir, I'm listening to all this.
Huh? Yes, Nagarajan Prabhu. Yes. Oh, அவங்க அங்க பேசிக்கிறாங்களா? All right. Okay.
ஹரே கிருஷ்ணா பிரபு.
Yes, Mataji.
அன்னைக்கு வந்து நான் என்னோட ஃபேமிலியில பேசிட்டு இருந்தோம். இப்போ நம்மளுக்கு நம்ம சேன் பண்றோம், இத்தனை வருஷம் சேன் பண்றோம். ஆனா ஆக்சுவலி நம்ம சேண்டிங் வந்து ரொம்ப சீப்பா எடுத்துட்டு இருக்கோம். சேண்டிங்ன்றது இப்ப என் பிரபு அன்னைக்கு நாங்க பேசிட்டு இருந்தோம். இப்போ பகவான் கருணையில என்னோட வேலை எல்லாம் ஓகேவா இருக்கு. ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா இருக்கு அப்படின்னு சொன்னேன். நான் சொன்னேன், உங்களுக்கு தெரியுமா இது ஜஸ்ட் பை ப்ராடக்ட் தான் உங்களுக்கு கிடைச்சிருக்கு, இதுக்கே நீங்க இவ்வளவு சந்தோஷப்படுறீங்க. ஹரிநாமம் வந்து அதோட இலக்கே ரொம்ப பெருசு, நம்மளுக்கு ஜஸ்ட் பை ப்ராடக்ட்கே நம்ம சந்தோஷப்பட்டுட்டு இருக்கிறோம். ஆக்சுவலி பிரேமா கிருஷ்ண பிரேமைன்றது அதுக்கு நம்ம இமேஜின் பண்ண முடியாத அளவுக்கு இருக்கு. நம்ம கிளாஸ்ல கேட்கறப்பதான் தெரியுது, நம்ம கையில கிடைச்சிருக்கிறது பெரிய பொக்கிஷம், நம்ம ரொம்ப சீப்பா யூஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கிறோம். நம்ம ரொம்ப வி மஸ்ட் டேக் த சாண்டிங் வெரி சீரியஸ்லி சொல்லி நான் பேசிட்டு இருந்தேன். இப்போ வைஷ்ணவ கிருபா பிரபு சொன்னார்ல, த என்டையர் புக் இஸ் டு கன்வின்ஸ் யூ டு take the chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra and chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra Krishna is none different கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கோம். அது வந்து ரியலைஸ் பண்ண வைக்கிறதுக்கு தான் பிரபு இது.
Correct.
Thank you so
Correct.
much பிரபு. Thank you.
It's my pleasure.
I'm
But I
very
like
very benefited from this class.
but I like to add on one thing, Mataji. See, you are saying that your business, your life is stable and very pleasing. Yes? பதன சொன்னீங்க திருப்தி அடைஞ்சாச்சுன்னு.
ஆமாமா பிரபு, எங்க பிரபு சொன்னாங்க.
All right. Okay. Now, what you should do if your life and your business is very stable, so that you can pay less attention to it. Actually, it's also a blessing by Krishna.
Yeah.
அதாவது எப்படின்னா உங்க வாழ்க்கை வந்து ஸ்டேபிள் ஆகி எல்லாம் வந்து திருப்தியா இருந்துச்சுன்னா நீங்க அதை அழட்டிக்க தேவையில்லை. அப்ப இது வந்து இது ஒரு கிருஷ்ணாவோட ஒரு ஆசீர்வாதம். இப்ப இந்த இது இருக்கிற வசி இப்போ நீங்க அழட்டிக்க தேவையில்லை. இல்லாட்டினா நீங்க அழட்டிக்கிட்டு வேலை செய்யணும். You have to put extra work. You have to put extra time. You have to work extra hours just to make some money. Yes or not?
Yes.
So now everything is stable means Krishna's blessing. So what do? Let it run and just continue on your sadhana.
Okay, Prabhu.
So that one advantage that you have, you do not need to work harder or endeavor harder. இதுக்கு மேல நீங்க அழட்டிக்க தேவையில்ல, கஷ்டப்பட்டு வேலை செய்ய தேவையில்ல. ஆனா புது முயற்சியில இறங்கிறாதீங்க.
ஆமா பிரபு.
Don't enter into new venture. Already your life is settled. You have job, you have your business stable. Just maintain that. Don't go and get into some other new business and get stuck all over again.
Yes, Prabhu.
Like that.
Thank you.
Because recently I was thinking, okay, because my partners all came back to me again. Now we are starting the business, and they were telling this and this. I said, let's do something which we are good at. So we're going to start back the training and mind science. Only that too. We are not going to do something which can spoil. So when I plan like that, Mataji, I can still do my morning classes, and I can still perform my business. So I said 5 days morning classes, and evening Tuesday is okay. Thursday is what they call Wednesday is our Namahat program. Thursday is we're going to do university preaching, Unkoma Polytechnic. All right, these two is maintained. Then Friday evening I'll take a flight to JB. I do Saturday Sunday. Monday I'll come back. So that means still maintain. That means we don't enter something which is again you have to start all over. இதுக்கு மேல எதுலயுமே கால விட்டுறாதீங்க.
நம்ம சாதனா பக்தி டிஸ்டர்ப் பண்ற மாதிரி நம்ம புது எண்டவர்ல இருக்க கூடாது.
ஆமா, இருக்கிறது கரெக்டா இருக்கா? It's a blessing. Just leave it. Don't endeavor something new. You have to start all over again. இப்ப நல்லா போயிட்டு இருக்கு, suddenly you go and join some MLM business. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
You have to start all over again. You talk to someone. You have to show all the mutta and all the thing. Sponsor. Already a business stable already. Why you want to endeavor someone? Don't. Pray to Krishna to maintain it. Everything stable, very nice. Just maintain it and focus in your sadhana bhakti. That is chanting Hare Krishna.
Sure. Thank you, Prabhu.
Don't create more anxieties. Enough. இருக்கிறது போதும்
பிரபு. Saturday Sunday இங்க வருவீங்களா பிரபு?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay, பிரபு.
So பழைய மாதிரி முந்தி மாதிரி Friday evening, Friday afternoon flight, இப்போ GB, then Saturday Sunday, Monday morning 8 o'clock fly back.
இங்க கோர்ஸ் நடத்துறீங்க தானே பிரபு?
Yeah, starting back.
Okay, sure bro. சந்தீபம்.
Of course, I need your favor for catering, Mataji.
Okay, பிரபு.
So all the food must prasadam, because all my classes, we give prasadam and also Bhagavad Gita. Anyway, let's see. All right. Any other questions so far? All right. There's no question. Whatever you felt, you please write your testimony in the group. If you can't write, you can, like what Saki Mataji that day gave. She gave a voice testimony group message in the group. Put that. And also got any question directly put in the group. So let it make into a very vibrant, active discussion group. Not like one person talk, everybody listen, right? So let's have fun, because from now onwards we are I think the next topic on is going to be very enlightening. Then after that, continue with Srimad Bhagavatam. By grace of Prabhupada, grace of Krishna and Sri Guru, we stand very high chance of going back home, back to Godhead. Till then, have a beautiful day. Today is Wednesday. We meet again on Friday morning. Till then, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Paditanam Pavinebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Gaura Premanande. Hari Hari Bol.
Hari Hari Bol. Thank you.
Hare
Great.
Thank you,
Take care.
Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Krishna, thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.